Before we start, check out this view. Pretty sick. I'm super pumped to be shooting some content in Banff, Canada this weekend. And at the same time, I'm gonna take some cool B-roll, some really cool photos and edit them on Lightroom. But I also wanna talk about how tourism companies that rely on tourism can utilize online presences and social media to affect their bottom line and get more people out to their locations. Let's go. So I'm here for 4 days, and as I book reservations for dinner, as I look for things to do, as I do everything, I'm gonna identify some of the businesses that are doing a fantastic job in Banff, and what some of the ones that aren't appearing on search engines and aren't getting found are doing wrong, that they can improve on to get more views and get more customers, get more of those people that are traveling to Banff to see their business. And this relates to anybody in the world that has a tourist related business or in the tourism industry. Let's help you find more customers. All right, I want to start first with some things to do in Banff. Whenever you're going on trips, there's always things that you can do, and Google is now the way that everyone finds what to do when they're on holidays or when they have a couple days away. Looking down, Google has their typical recommendations. But as you go down, obviously there's photos, and then right away there's all of the blogs. So if you are trying to start a business with things to do in a specific region, the number one thing that you can do is try to get on as many blogs and to-do lists as possible. Scrolling down, just looking, obviously TripAdvisor is a huge one, Banff attractions, travel.usa news. So if you're in a region, do a search where you're starting your business and see what lists you can get on, and then do the outreach, spend the time to reach out to all of those lists and see what it's going to take to get on them. Sometimes it's a history, sometimes it costs some money. There's different ways, but those influence platforms are going to be massive for the difference in you building that authority. Videos are starting to take a larger segment of search results, and there's now a video carousel that appears in some searches. So getting into some YouTube videos, the same way you do with blogs, getting into some vlogs, just like what I'm doing now, is important in order to advance the feeling. A lot of people get their information and their to-do lists from vlogs and from different YouTube videos. All right, now of the top things to do, I'm gonna go to the top Google recommended, which is Bow Falls in Banff. I'm gonna take some more photos and some B-roll, and then we'll get to our next segment. Let's go, Bow Falls. Hey guys, next I want to talk about restaurants. Anyone in the food business, in the tourism industry, let's look at how an online presence can help you. First thing I'm going to do is I am going to just go to Google and I'm going to search for top restaurants in Banff. See what comes up. We call this the Google Golden 3 and Google Maps optimization. The Bison, Balkan, and Park Distillery have the most authority for their location by building up authority for their website, making sure that everything on their profile matches their website exactly, building up positive reviews over a long period of time, and completely filling out that Google My Business profile. Lastly, things like photos, things like that. It all helps them move up into the Google Golden 3 and appear first. The other things that you can do, of course, are your Google AdWords. I have seen a couple already starting to pop up. One thing though that I will say, and this is across the board, I have been in Banff for a couple days now. I've been researching a lot of different topics. I'm in the market to find certain things to do in Banff, and I am not getting remarketed for anything online or on social media. That means local businesses in Banff right now are giving away market share opportunities by not having those social ads running to people that are locally in the area and in the market to go out this week. Now, there's one thing I haven't talked about yet, and that is an influencer program. And I'm going to talk about that in the next segment. So let's do a couple more shots, and then we'll get to the last segment, influencer marketing for the tourist industry. First of all, I am not getting paid for any of the places that I've gone to in this vlog. But think about how the impact of some of the places that I've noted are gonna resonate with you and are gonna stay top of mind. That's why companies right now are doubling down on their influencer program. Let's just say for a second that I was gonna open up a really cool bagel shop in Banff. Call it JV's Supreme Bagels. If I was to open up any type of shop like that and I was about to sell those bagels, the first thing I would identify would be an influencer program. Every single person that walked through the door and bought one of my amazing bagels and cream cheeses and smears, if they posted anything about my location, anything about the bagels, anything about the experience, good or bad, they would walk out with a free infused water or some other low margin product that still provides them with a ton of value. Very quickly, the word about the bagel shop will spread. Every single post from somebody else validates the brand. I would be building this brand equity. And for any tourism company out there, any service that relies on tourism in order to generate more revenue, each touch point, each subconscious touch point that you create online is brand equity for your brand within your region. Before you know it, you get lucky and a local writer writes about your location. They write about JV's Bagels. All of a sudden I get another couple fantastic Google reviews, a couple on Yelp, a couple on TripAdvisor, and that brand equity just keeps exploding and more people come to my bagel shop. An influencer program is a lot of work. So is that stuff I talked about earlier. So is the SEO and the GMO and all the backlinks and authority and everything you're trying to do online. It all costs money and takes work. But that work is gonna be well spent cementing your brand, your service, your product, JV's Bagels, into the fabric of Banff for anybody that comes by. This stuff gets me amped up because businesses still are not executing it. They're not taking advantage of some of the tools that we have at our disposal now. Anyway, one chapter left, then a little bit more B-roll, a couple more photos, and then let's wrap this episode up. If you've made it this far in this episode, I thank you a lot. I hope I'm providing you some value. I try to do that in every one of my episodes. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you want. So the last thing to talk about left, I still think this is a linchpin in terms of creating a tourist-related business, and that's hotels. I still think hotels are giving recommendations, and it's important to put hotels on the top of your list. And if you're a hotel, there's a lot you can do. I'm gonna do a search shortly to show how a lot of your margin's disappearing and you guys aren't doing enough to stay top of mind with a potential audience.
How are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Good. I saw on Google the gondola is rated high. Is it worth going up to the top of the mountain?
Most definitely. One of the neatest things about it is it's a high point in the actual town of Banff itself. Gives you 360-degree panoramic view of the surrounding mountains. You can see even as far as Lake Minnewanka. So on a clear day, you can see everything, all of the surrounding mountains, the town of Banff, the Fairmont, even us down here at the Rim Rock. And then on a cloudy day, sometimes it actually gives you what's called an inversion, where all you're seeing is the clouds and the tips of the mountains above it. So whether it's a good day or a bad day, it's stunning views, and it's one of the neatest places, in my opinion, to be.
So what you're saying is I'm going to get some good pictures.
100%. It definitely is going to be a good day.
All right, let's do it. Thank you.
Every single time I come up the Banff gondola, I am just in awe at how beautiful it is. So much to see, so many cool shots. Absolutely love it. I'm gonna walk a little bit. It's a little cold today, a little windy, and I didn't quite bring gloves. Wasn't prepared, but I'm gonna get some cool shots. And then let's create a cool B-roll sequence. Hotels still provide fantastic recommendations. What that's doing is it's amplifying the validity that you have online.
After you look something up online, you're asking for advice. You're seeing where others are going. You're looking what those influencers are going to validate your response because you might only have a limited amount of time. That's what the tourist industry relies on. So focusing on personal relationships still matters. It's still going to make a difference for you being able to create that effect and get more people to sign up for your service or your offering.
All right, guys, hotels. When you search for hotels, hotel searches are flooded with all of the booking sites, Expedia, Travelocity, Booking.com, all of these sites, which you can now book discounted rates on, as well as get reviews for your locations and for your hotels. Flood search engines. Trying to break through on search engines, there's only 2 areas you can do it, and I'm gonna show you guys here exactly what that is. Number 1 is Google Ads, and you can see there's a couple locations paying for Google Ads to be at the top of search results. The second is Google Maps. Again, Google Maps has these locations that appear towards the top of search results and relate directly to hotels in the area you're searching for. Now, if I scroll down search results, you can see here that the Fairmont and the Rimrock are the only 2 organic search results for specific hotels that appear in results. They're down a long way, but they actually do. And that's no coincidence because the authority of your website, the amount of backlinks you have, the amount of listings that you've created directly translate to where you appear on Google Maps. Now, if you are a bed and breakfast or a boutique hotel and you're trying to appear in results, focus on secondary keywords. Focus on bed and breakfast Banff, for example, and get listed everywhere. Put in the work, create that authority, create those backlinks, and get some organic bookings. After that, it's all pay to play. You're gonna be paying for results through search engine ads, through Google Ads, through third-party applications, through social media, trying to get as much attention as possible and remarketing to people already interested in coming to your area.